Good morning, students. We are going to continue with the same chapter, energy, chapter 3. In the last video, I showed you about the kinetic and potential energy. Now we can carry on with potential energy. Potential energy, as you know, it is the energy stored in a body when the body is raised to some height, or when the body is compressed, stretched, or it is bent. So on the basis of this, potential energy is of two types. We have gravitational potential energy and elastic potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is the energy stored in a body when the body is raised to some height, is taken to some height, like the fan in the roof, fan in the ceiling. This is the example of potential energy. Water stored in the dam, it is also an example of gravitational potential energy. When you are keeping a ball on the roof, is also at some height from the ground, so it is also an example of gravitational potential energy. Elastic potential energy is stored in a body when the body is compressed, or it is stretched, or it is bent. This all body will store elastic potential energy in it. We have some examples, like when we squeeze the lemon, or when we compress the spring, when you stretch the catapult. These all are the examples of elastic potential energy, because in this case the body is being either compressed or it is stretched. Now sometimes the body can have both potential and kinetic energy together at the same time, and the total mechanical energy so stored in that body can be the sum of potential and kinetic energy. That is, when you add potential and kinetic energy, you will get the total mechanical energy stored in that body. Coming to next form of energy, which is chemical energy. And chemical energy is stored in a body, not I'll say exactly in a body, but in the molecules of the matter. Once again, chemical energy is the energy stored in the molecules of a matter, and this energy is available due to the chemical reaction. That is, when chemical reaction or chemical process takes place, only then this energy is available to us. A very good example of such chemical energy stored is in petrol, coal. They all have chemical energy stored in it, but you know, this energy will be released when they are heated or when they are burnt. Same is the case of chemical energy stored in crackers, the cell or the battery. They all have chemical energy stored, but this energy will be released when there is chemical reaction in it. So next form of energy, we have sound energy, then heat energy, light energy, magnetic energy. Let us start with sound energy. Sound energy is the energy that is produced by a vibrating body. That is, any body capable of vibration can produce sound energy. For example, when we strike the drum or tabla, you find the membrane of the drum or tabla vibrates, and so we can hear the sound produced by it. Now, harder the drum is being struck, louder the sound is produced. So this is the sound energy. It can be produced by vibrating body. Then we have heat energy. Heat energy is another very important form of energy, and heat energy can convert water into steam. You know, steam engine that can be used in olden days to run the train is basically coming from the heat energy. The water in this is allowed to produce the steam, and that steam is used in various purposes, and one of such purposes is in running of the trains. Then we have the light energy. Light energy is another very important form of energy, and because of this light energy, it enables us to see. Whatever we can see around us is due to the light energy. Sometimes the light energy can also be used in converting into electrical energy, that you can find in the solar panel, where the light energy is used to convert into electrical energy. Then you have magnetic energy. It is the energy stored in a magnet, and due to this magnetic energy stored, magnet can attract iron pieces, cobalt and other magnetic materials. Sometimes magnet can also be used for various work, like it is used in the form of electric motor in the fan, and many other electrical devices which is able to rotate is due to the electric motor, which consists of magnet. So this is what we have done today. Your homework will be to learn all these short term, the definitions with the examples, learn the pages from the book. Till then, thank you. Good morning, students. We are going to continue with the same chapter, but we'll be having a new topic today, and the topic you can see, it is renewable source of energy and non-renewable sources of energy. So there are two sources of energy. One is the renewable source of energy, the other is non-renewable source of energy. Let us see what are these types of energy. First is renewable source of energy. So these are those sources of energy which are available in plenty on the earth, and it is inexhaustible. Inexhaustible means it can be used again and again and will never come to an end. For example, sun, wind, energy obtained from water, energy obtained from biomass, these all are the renewable sources of energy, because we will keep on getting this energy as long as these all sources are available. And these sources will be available forever, so it can never come to an end, and this energy will be renewable sources of energy. Let us see what all types of source will come under biomass. It will be crop residue, then it can be animal dung, and can be biogas. Since all these are obtained from the living organisms, that's why the name given biomass. Bio itself means living organisms. Coming to the next type of energy, which is non-renewable sources of energy, and this is the energy which is in limited quantity on the earth. Means if you keep on using this energy, gradually the sources will be vanished, and it will surely one day come to an end. At the same time, it cannot be reused. Once it is used up, it will take long years to recover. So this is the non-renewable sources of energy, and it is exhaustible. As you know, it will come to an end once. So these are the two types of energy. We can have one example, some examples of non-renewable sources of energy like coal, petrol, diesel. You can get the idea from these sources only that you cannot always use the same coal, you cannot always use the same petrol. Every time you have to make use of new types of coal or new petrol, because the same petrol is not available to us. So we have to be extremely careful on using non-renewable sources of energy. We should not waste this type of energy. Our next topic is sources of energy. Though we have so many sources of energy, let's discuss some important one, like sun, fuels, water, wind energy, energy obtained from biomass. Beside this, we have some other sources like tidal energy, geothermal energy, then we have nuclear energy. So let us start with the first source of energy which we obtain from the sun. Sun is considered to be the ultimate source of energy. It is the main source of energy. You know, it is so important that the plant use this energy in the process of photosynthesis to prepare their food, and this solar energy so absorbed by the plant is converted into chemical energy. Now the food that are eaten by animals or humans, they convert this chemical energy into muscular energy. Apart from this, sun also is very helpful in disintegrating the fuels and convert them into the fossil fuels, where you can see fossil fuels like coal, petrol, diesel. These are so important sources of energy that is directly or indirectly linked with the solar energy only. Then we have the wind energy that also takes place due to the sun's energy, and energy obtained from the sun can also be used in the satellites for their working. You know, solar cookers also work after absorbing solar energy. In solar cell, that solar energy is converted into electrical energy. This way we have the first source of energy. Let us now move to the second source, which the energy obtained from fuels. So next energy that can be obtained from will be fuels. Fuels, as you know, is very important to us nowadays, and in every field we use fuels in different forms to obtain energy from it. But to obtain energy from the fuels, it is first to be burnt, and then that energy which is stored as the chemical energy in the fuels is released as the heat energy. So this heat energy can further be used to convert into electrical energy or mechanical energy in power stations. For example, heat energy can be used in producing steam from water. That steam can be useful in rotating the turbine. So rotation of turbine now will have mechanical energy in it, and at the same time it will produce electrical energy also. You can see steam so produced will be helpful in the rotation of the turbines. That means it will be further converted into mechanical energy. Even in various other fields also we can use the energy obtained from the fuels. So next source of energy will be water. Water, you know, is stored in the dam and is made to fall from there, which converts the potential energy stored in the dam into kinetic energy. So water falling from the dam will have a kinetic energy that will further be changed into electrical energy when that falling water is allowed to turn or rotate the turbine. And such project where we obtain electricity using water, they are called hydropower projects. And these hydropower projects are located at a place which is called hydel power stations. So till this only we can stop here, and next we will discuss two more sources of energy in details. Your homework for today will be to learn renewable and non-renewable sources of energy and about these three important sources. Thank you.